Hello, and welcome to definitely episode 1 of Why You Like This, a new podcast with me and the lovely ThanksInternet. We are recording this on week 2, and that's because when you see week 1, you'll understand. We got very excited, and if you weren't expecting chaos from us, you're in the wrong place, but it may have been...
And you don't know us.
Yeah, you don't know us if you weren't expecting chaos. But we didn't introduce the podcast last week. We just started talking to you guys about all the things we had in our little brains, and we didn't actually say welcome to episode 1. So, welcome to episode 1. If you see us looking like this in episode 2, no you didn't. No you didn't. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Enjoy episode 1, and be rest assured that episode 2 be slightly more structured.
We're learning,
and we're taking you along with us.
Be
while
gentle.
we learn. Be nice to us, please. Don't bully
Thanks.
us. Okay, thanks. Bye.
We know audio stuff.
Yeah, we're streamers.
That's probably what a walrus sounds like. Just take your horns and move them here. Done.
Oh, has anyone listening seen the Goofy movie?
Shut up. Hey, Bex, have you seen the Goose?
Yeah. Okay.
It's a valid question.
Everything's fine. Was it?
Mm-hmm.
If you say so.
It's like a disco-themed fever dream.
Yeah.
Love it. It's
That's
great.
great.
Oh.
So, that
So,
sounds French. Sorry.
oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hi.
Hi. So, what are we doing here?
We're adding to the endless list of podcasts that exist on the internet. For some reason.
But we're different.
We're so different. We're nothing like the other podcasts.
Great. Sold. Sign me up. Listen, 5,000 listens tomorrow. Listen to me. We're asking the age-old question. Why are you like this?
Yeah.
Now, why don't you explain why we've chosen that for the title of this podcast?
We were thinking about things that would be funny, things that would be something easy to remember. And I was like, okay, well, why don't we go with something that we say to each other quite often? And I don't know what this says about our friendship, but the most common thing we say to each other is just, why are you like this? Just, why are you like this? And
Once a day, at least.
yeah, and we don't know why we're like this, so maybe you can figure it out.
That'd be great, honestly, because
That'd be
it's
great.
been 30 odd years. So for me,
I'm a baby.
queer. I'm neurodivergent.
Yep.
Fat.
Yep.
Loud.
Yep. I'm all of those things.
Check.
Yeah.
So, if we can get to the bottom of it even slightly with this podcast, fantastic.
Yeah.
But also, like, why is the general you like this? Like we can branch out.
Societal questions. It's gonna get deep. I don't think you're ready.
I have a feeling we're probably we'll get down there.
Oh yeah, we'll get. Basically, we're doing this because we think we're really funny. And
Come on.
we think we're really funny, and if you don't agree, you're wrong.
It's simple, honestly.
Pretty
Door.
much, yeah.
Hold my arm. We'll go.
I thought you said door just to be like, look, I can say a funny word and she'll laugh. I didn't. It took me. I mean, it worked, but it took me a second.
No, like, get out the door.
Yeah, get out. Yeah, there's the door. Like, actually, that's a window for me.
Get out the window.
Just
Things
get
just
out.
got violent.
Just get out the window. We don't need you.
You heard it here first. Bex is gonna start chugging people out the window if you don't
That's
think we're
right.
funny.
Like and subscribe, or you're going out the window.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get a neat spiral on you. Let's
what?
change this. A neat spiral.
Oh, I thought I heard meat. I don't know what it's something in the UK that you have.
I am not turning anyone into a meat spiral.
That's the other thing. We live on opposite sides of the world.
Yeah.
So who knows? A meat spiral could have been a thing.
Yeah. I don't know why. What? Don't stop me. I'm just here. As it stands, I am a guest on this channel.
Okay, well, that's a thing. So this is technically a trial run, right, Bextra?
Yeah.
We're doing 2 months of weekly uploads of Why Are You Like This? And our plan is to talk about our lives and the world from our perspective as two fat, queer femmes on the internet who create content and grow communities who have similar worldviews, but we also live on opposite sides of the planet.
Yep.
And I think we've got some interesting perspectives.
I hope so. Otherwise, what are we doing?
We're about to find out, I think. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, and if you for whatever reason, if you don't know who we are, you probably do. I'm Candace, or ThanksInternet. I use she/they pronouns, and I've been making content online for like 3 to 5 years, and I play games. I have a talk show about the internet and gaming and tech, and that's kind of me. What about you?
I am Bex. I go by Shadowbell on the internet, which is a whole different story in itself. I use she/her pronouns. I have always pretty much been on the managerial side of people making content, helping them out behind the scenes, that kind of thing. I tried vlogging a few times. It didn't work. I'm not a vlogger. And then I decided to start playing video games on the internet about 2 years ago now, and haven't left yet. So we're out here.
Hell yeah.
And then I met this and things have snowballed.
Snowballed in a good way? Snowballed. Wonky. Sorry. You will hear me repeat things that Beck says in her accent because I like languages and linguistics, and it's not an insult. It's echolalia. That's what it is. It's autism. So
yeah. It's not an insult. It's autism.
Yeah. I want a sticker that says that.
I think we should make one. We haven't done episode 1 and we're thinking about merch.
We're pretty good at making merch, though, I think.
Yeah. We're both Twitch streamers. Did we say that? We said we were content creators. We're Twitch streamers.
Yeah, we're on the purple site.
I don't know what blue site you're on.
Purple.
I'm on a purple site.
I'm a purple person, okay?
They are a purple person, that's true. If you couldn't tell, we have no idea what we're doing. And that's okay.
This is our first time. We're learning. So the thing is, learn with us. Come along, take my hand. We're going on an adventure. You know the Frodo? We're going on an adventure.
you know the Frodo, right? You know the Frodo.
The Frodo of the Ring.
I have heard the Frodo, yeah.
I'm going on an adventure. This is our adventure.
In my favorite rocket ship. Singing Little Einsteins.
Whatever happened to Little Einsteins? They got eaten up by the dancing fruits.
The what?
the kinetic
the
fruits.
Sensory
veggies.
Why were they eaten?
I meant like figuratively. They got resorbed by the sensory
I want
veggies.
to just relay back to you what just happened. You went, whatever happened to the little Einsteins? As if they were real people that we had to worry about. And then you just said, oh yeah, they got eaten by the little fruit.
Figuratively. They got ousted. Better word. Do you remember the potato flew around my room song? It was around the same
Yes, I do.
It's around the same time.
Yes,
as the little Einsteins. I miss Vine too. Remember when they said they were bringing it back?
Great, though. Yeah, they lied.
They lied. TikTok. You can do 5-minute videos. I think the thing that made Vine was the like. That's it. You're cut off at what was it? Like 8 seconds or something. Something ridiculous.
Something like that.
That was peak internet memery. I miss it.
I have been delving back into that kind of shit recently. I ended up talking with a friend and getting lost in a YouTube rabbit hole of people doing. It's something that we both love. It's like awful edits of songs for different reasons. And do you know the song Roxanne by The Police?
Oh yeah, I know where you're going with this. I think
you've seen the edit. That's just it's
Rox!
like 2.5 minutes long. just he cuts out the "and." It's just rocks.
I love it.
Roxanne, but it's just rocks, and it tickles me to my very core because he sounds more and more distressed as the song goes on. And there's a point like halfway through where he just goes "Rocks!" and it just sends me to the moon. I love it so much.
I want to watch that again now.
It's so good. I also love the have you heard the Wiggles one?
No.
The Wiggles and Slipknot. It's called Psycho Salad.
No.
And it's
Fruit salad?
It's Fruit Salad by the Wiggles with Psychosocial by Slipknot. And it is fantastic.
I'm gonna need you to send me that one.
It starts off with like fruit salad, yummy. And then it goes into like the verse of like Psychosocial by Slipknot, and it's just glorious internet.
I love the way people think, honestly. Mm-hmm. And I kind of wish that I had the ideas first. Is the other part.
Yeah.
There's so many times I'm scrolling TikTok and I'm like, I should have thought I should have had that idea to mix those together.
That
Sometimes
could
I
have
do.
been me.
Yeah, I just don't have the wherewithal to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one I saw recently? Oh, it's that one guy that drums and tries to like drum a beat to silly. Yeah, it was Kiss from a Rose, but it's all seals like singing it. Yeah. Special.
Yeah. He was the same guy that did Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran, but Ed Sheeran will not stop breaking his leg.
Yeah.
When I was 6 years older, I broke my leg. I was running for my brothers. They broke my leg.
Why is that so funny to us? I don't understand.
Because the bar for our humor is like here.
On the floor, I would say in some ways.
Yeah, like
no, it's niche.
Is it, or is it just silly?
I think that we can be intellectually funny in some ways, but also I think that if we really need to be tickled, it's not that hard to find it. Yeah. No. You send me TikToks and I'm just like, we need to stop.
I've sent you some particularly cursed shit recently.
Mm-hmm.
The silicone hot dog with hair was, I have to say, a peak of like me looking to myself and going, like, why are you like? You really need to stop.
It haunts my every waking moment.
It was too wiggly.
It wiggled.
It wiggled too much. I didn't like it.
Alive.
It looked phallic.
You know what? It did. Jem sent me. Did I send it to you? It's like a D&D die that's flesh. The flesh dye.
You did.
That also has hair on it.
You did. Awful.
Stop doing that, y'all. We need to put an end to.
Stop making things look flesh colored.
Yeah.
Or just no. It doesn't need to look like it fell out of someone. You don't need to make that. It's okay. You don't have to do that. You can put the clay down, the silicone down. It doesn't.
Don't hamper people's creativity though, Bex.
But I believe in them being able to do so much more than flesh things. You know, like, hey, if you're out there and you're listening, you're an artist. I believe you can do more than little bits of flesh. You're welcome.
Take notes, y'all.
You should stay in school, or don't. Depends where you live. I don't know.
Thanks, I can't.
There's a video of me from I think it was my 21st birthday, and I am very intoxicated, drink responsibly, laying on a friend's floor of their studio apartment, and she kind of like kicks me, and I like roll over and I go, "Hey, how you doing?" And she's like, "Do you have anything you want to say on your birthday?" And I just kind of like, you know, the frog blinking where like one eye goes before the other. I like did that, and I pointed directly at the camera and just went, "Hey, stay in school." But like deadpan serious, and then just like rolled over onto my front. Yeah, I have it.
I need to see it.
I will send it to you.
Please, thank you. That sounds
if I
like
can find this before this goes out, I will include it.
Please do. That sounds like me, but I'm sober. I'm just half asleep talking in my sleep, which has been happening a lot lately. Yeah.
Yeah. You do keep giving people instructions in your sleep. I think my favorite thing you've told me is welcoming in Raiders. While you're asleep.
Brandon has like multiple times caught me being like, "Hi Raiders, my name is ThanksInternet or Candace. I use she they pronouns. I'm a queer Canadian." Like I'm in bed, I'm asleep, and I'm fully.
Just think of how that is for Brandon though. Imagine you're just asleep next to your partner and you're just like just having a nice night, and all of a sudden you're welcome in Raiders. My name's Candace on ThanksInternet. Thank you very much for raiding over. I'm a queer Canadian content creator. Like
And then I'm sending people to purgatory in my sleep as well.
You seem to have a lot of power in your sleep.
I think I do.
I think you need to look into that.
I'm bossing you around, and
yeah.
Apparently, I said Bex no, just loudly.
Just no. Just Bex no.
No. Yeah. And I remember some of my dreams, but I don't remember the ones where I'm talking for some reason. Like, I had a dream. It was so vivid. It was middle of the day. I had a nap, and yesterday. And it was my sister was sitting in my chair in this office. My sister lives in like Edmonton, okay? Like they don't live with us. And she had like stuffed animals and stuff around her. And I was like, "Hey, I have to work. Like I need you to get out of the chair." She's like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, well, you're going to move." And then she reaches out and she like pinches me like this part of my underarm. And she like pinches as hard as she can. And I was like, "All right, tit for tat, bitch." And I go back and I pinch her back. Dad walks in. "Why is my dad here?" These are the kind of dreams I've been having. Very vivid, like throwbacks to when I was like 8 or like 10 or something. So, yeah.
I love the idea of you and your sister both as adults just holding each other's arms.
Pinching the bingo wing.
And just like staring each other down because she wanted to stay covered in stuffies on your desk chair.
It was so violent. What do you call these?
Yeah, bingo weems? Bingo weems.
That's a first for me. Bingo weem. I've heard bingo wings. I've heard, what's the other one?
You said like lunch lady arms.
Lunch lady arms, yep. Yeah. And there's another one that I can't remember that's like kind of popular too. But yeah, I don't know why, but it just is comforting to me when somebody's excited and they wave their arms in the air and then their arms jiggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know.
I like it.
Like, no offense if your arms don't jiggle, but there's just something comforting about the bingo ween.
You heard it here first. If your arms don't jiggle, Candace does not find your arms comforting. So... And obviously that is the most important thing.
That's if you take anything away.
You need to have comforting arms.
Yeah. Oh my God. What's happening in the world next week? What's going on? What is this, April?
I hope so.
420 is happening.
Yeah.
You don't have weed? No.
No.
So, like, do people just not smoke? Like nobody?
Oh, no, they do. They do. But,
okay.
I mean, for legal reasons.
Trouble?
No, they don't.
Oh, right.
Nobody smokes weed here.
No, the UK, well, England, no, nobody does.
No, it's not at all. No. I
didn't know. I had no idea that it wasn't actually like legal there. I was like, oh yeah, they're miles ahead of like America.
Yeah, no, we're miles behind on that front. We I don't even know if it's okay medically here. I'm not sure.
Aren't y'all not that far from like Amsterdam?
I mean,
I don't know geography. Don't look at me.
The North American jumped out there. You heard Europe and went, "Oh, it's next door."
Come on.
England's here.
Okay.
And like the Netherlands are like over there.
Where's Ireland?
Right here.
Okay. Yeah.
Ireland touches us. Don't say Ireland's part of the UK because they will cut you.
I know, they get mad.
They get so mad.
They get real mad.
They get so mad. Even Scotland doesn't. But the thing is, that Scotland were given the opportunity to leave the UK a few years ago, to be separated from us,
And they didn't?
and they didn't.
But
There
they
was
still
a
don't want to be
vote.
associated?
Yeah, there was a vote, and they like the majority was like to stay, but it was like a really slim majority
Margin.
that was like, no, we should stay part of England, and so the Scots. I don't blame them. We're awful, so I'd want to stay away too.
I'm
Like
really
we teach
bad
kids
at...
in school about the empire like it was a great thing.
Oh, what? Really?
Like it's called the Great British Empire, and like it's talked about as like, yeah, like we were such a tiny country, but we were so strong, and we had all these like, yeah, no, it's called colonization, babe. Like,
That's what you were taught?
yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, America, I don't think that's anything compared to what some of the school books are doing in America, but I just to not have weed, like, for what it's worth, in case anyone doesn't know, like, I'm in Canada, I'm in British Columbia, which is like marijuana central. It's been
With
legal. It's been legal here medically for years, for like 10 years or something, but it only became legalized recreationally 5 or so years ago. So it is completely legal across the board. I have my medical card though, so I get a little bit of a cut, like help in terms of the cost and better quality, in my opinion, stuff. But for anyone who doesn't know, like, I rely on it medically as well. So if I talk about it, which I do sometimes, that's that. But Baxter lives somewhere where it's not legal yet. So also, I feel like if there are people watching who don't know us, there's so much that you need to know. I call Bextra, Bexaroni, pizza, Bextra credit.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Recently.
Was there a new one?
Extra credit was one that was used
like that
often
one.
recently. Bexaroni was
like that.
Aaron.
That was a good one.
That one stuck. And Bextra's caught on as well with like other people that aren't part of your community.
It sounds good though.
It does.
Yeah, when you want an extra syllable.
People have always thought it was weird that I like came up with like an online username and I never use it. If somebody comes in,
sometimes say Shadow Bell on stream and it sounds really weird.
it sounds weird, right? It doesn't, like, for a long time people, rightly so, assumed my name was Belle. Because, you know, that would just make logical sense. So they'd always be like, oh, like, hi Belle, like, how you doing, Belle? And it didn't bother me. I was like, yeah, that's fine, like, it's part of my username, you can call me that. And then, like, somebody will call me Bex, and they'll be like, I thought your name was Belle. I'm like, no.
Not really.
Not my name.
With
Like,
one E that's a 3.
yeah. Well, there's somebody on Twitch that has taken Shadow Bell with an E, but they don't stream. They've never streamed.
You can
Their
get
account
it
is
back.
inactive, but they won't let me have it.
It's rude.
It's very rude.
So where does the bell come from?
My whole username came from a Stardew Valley farm name generator.
Cute.
I was wanting to start a new Stardew Valley farm. I couldn't think of one. So I went onto a name generator website and it came up with Shadow Bell Farms. And I was like, well, that's adorable. Love that. And it was at the time where I was starting to get into online gaming more. And I had a friend who had a Twitch channel. And she was like, oh, can you like come follow me on Twitch? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I was like, I don't know what to call myself. I'll just use the name from my Stardew farm. And I didn't know that I'd then start streaming a few months later, and then 2 years later still be Shadowbell on the internet, even though
I like it.
Nobody, including myself, calls myself that.
I did. Okay, so when I first met you, I would say Belle every once in a while, and it just didn't. It didn't feel right. Bex really does suit you. Honestly.
I had a few people that called me Shadow for a while.
I like that.
Which I did like, but it also did make me think of the Hedgehog.
Like
Sonic's
yeah.
friend. Yeah. So because my brain is the way it is in its neurodivergent self, somebody would be like, hey, Shadow, and my brain would go, the Hedgehog. Every time.
The Hedgehog.
Just like that. Just like, it's like, oh, how you doing, Shadow? The Hedgehog. Just every time.
You can't get away from it.
I can't get away from Shadow the Hedgehog.
No.
This is my villain origin story. This is me enacting revenge on Shadow the Hedgehog for infiltrating my mind. I don't know. What the that was.
No, being associated with anything to do with Sonic the Hedgehog on the internet these days is a risky maneuver. Like, that's, you gotta, right? Like, they've Rule 34 the hell out of that so.
I mean, true, but I did once read Animal Crossing fanfiction out on the internet. For charity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You've read some stuff on the internet for charity before. Yep. One day maybe we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it?
What the what like the one for your
Yeah. Book?
Book?
Yeah.
Before Candace twists this now. They were doing a subathon for their birthday. Stop me if I get anything wrong. And I suggested fanfiction reading. No, it was your subathon for your birthday. I suggested fanfiction reading, and they said, well, that's very difficult because you have to find ones that aren't like too over the line or something that is like funny enough but still stream appropriate. And I said, oh, I could write you something, and then you'd know, like, I'd know what lines not to cross, and it would be fine. And you're like, oh, okay.
Absolutely.
So I did. And then I asked Candace, what maturity level would you like this to be?
This was a turning point here.
And you said pretty far, not too far.
Yeah.
Like you can go pretty far with it, just don't go extreme.
Further than not far. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. So I wrote what I was supposed to write.
She delivered, y'all.
I delivered. And I wrote, like, over 1,000 words.
It was well written.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
About Candaces Mascot of the channel, who is a dancing grey alien, called Bilk.
Bilk.
That's just Candace lore that you'll have to look into if you don't know about it.
I can't explain it even if I wanted to, so.
Nope. And Candace has this thing about Furbies, because 90s kid, and fucking... you love Furbies.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you have a Furby.
But I love them, yeah.
It's terrifying, yeah. You love Furbies. You've done a Furby cosplay, like...
That's true. Yeah.
You love Furby. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. And I was like, how can I make this slightly more cursed? Long Furby, which if you don't know, is they take, like, the body of a Furby and they add, like, stuffing in, like, a long tube
Spine.
and add little feet and then make it this long, snake-like Furby creature. So I wrote a fanfiction between the alien and this Furby creature, and there may have been some adult content.
It was endearing.
And that's on you.
Listen, it got explicit, but it was also endearing up until it got explicit. They really loved each other.
They did. They're still together to this day. That's
together.
my headcanon.
I've drawn pictures of them. Like
it's true.
Yeah.
It's the picture of the two of them almost ended up as the promotional cover art for this podcast because I found it so funny.
It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful love story.
It is.
The Furby worked at Starbucks. Bill frequented there occasionally.
They were alone at Starbucks.
One thing led to another. There may have been things we can't talk about on YouTube.
Sparks were flying.
There was a few sparks. And damp
all right. So yep.
It got weird.
It got weird, but that's okay. Things get weird.
But everyone blames me for it, and
it was your fault.
I was instructed. I did as instructed.
That was entirely your fault.
I did as instructed. I will stand by my guns. I did what I was supposed to do.
Okay, so if I instruct a firefighter to run in and save a kitten from a burning building, and they can't quite make it, unfortunately, and they come back out, whose fault is that?
I'm failing to draw the comparison between me writing a fanfiction and dead kittens.
That was a really morbid comparison.
What incarnation's going on with you two?
Do you want to talk about the fact that everybody we run into treats us like Mother Goose?
Yeah.
Because I think that that's important to maybe let people know about. Because I had this conversation with someone else recently who was like, why does everybody want to talk to me? I was like, you're a fat femme. I'm sorry. It's the matronly of it all.
Yep.
That was something we first bonded over, I think, when we first started talking.
Yep. I genuinely had somebody come into one of my streams not so long ago and tell me that they were really comforted by mother figures and therefore they were so happy to be there. And I was like, I am not your mom.
I'm gonna go on a break.
I am not your mother. I will never be your mother. I don't know if I'll be anyone's mother. I certainly don't want to be yours.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
Stop it right now.
Stop it. We have a lot of people coming up to us and like telling us their life stories for no apparent reason.
Or like
Just
traumatic
constantly.
things happening. Like
Yeah.
And other people in my life, like Brandon, my partner Brand, and other friends, they don't like who don't have the same kind of meat suit and demeanor and front, whatever you want to call it. They don't have that experience, and I wonder if that can contributes to. So I have agoraphobia. I have like social anxiety to the nth degree, and it's something I work on. But I also wonder if maybe I didn't look the way that I look, less people would come up to me and inundate me with their life experiences. I don't know what it is, and I really do think that it comes down to me looking kind of like Mother Goose. I don't know how else to say it.
I find it happens a lot more if I dress more colorfully.
Yeah,
Colorfully?
fully
Colored?
No,
Colorfully? If I dress in a more
Vibrant.
colorful way.
Lee.
Vibrant. Yeah, if I wear not black,
We got there.
then I have more people. Because I'm big emo. I always have been. It's just the music. I like a variety of music, but I'm quite heavy with the music I listen to. And I find if I dress in that way and have like if you heard of like the scary dog friend kind of like
The
thing,
Doberman.
if I'm if I'm presenting that way, less people will try and talk to me.
Well, that's nice. There's an option,
But-
you know.
Some people then think they try and push my buttons to see if they'll get me to bite, and you can't really win.
It's Mother Goose or Big Titty Goth Girlfriend. It's like
Yeah.
one or the other, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. So
Yeah,
I don't consider myself emo necessarily now. Maybe can we say retired emo? I definitely in my like 20s and everything. Like I have a variety of interests in music, but I definitely have always dressed more. I don't know how to describe it. I don't think emo is the right word, but that's the best I've got right now. So I know what you're saying, and sometimes I would find that if I was a little more edgy with my appearance, I wouldn't get as much
yeah.
constant stopping on the bus and my mom said this and did that, and then I lost my job and my dad died, and it's a
My mom left
lot.
me at a bus stop.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah.
God.
I have people in like smoking areas of clubs come up to me and be like, "Hey, do you want to hear like this traumatic life story?" And I'm just like, I am just trying to get some fresh air. Like, I don't talk to me. But I can't say no because I'm quite, as much as I hate to admit, I'm quite nice.
Yeah.
And so I listen to their bollocks and then just don't. I'm just like, yeah.
Just giving
I'll
out
take
free
it.
spoons.
Yeah, just whoever wants them, have a spoon.
A few moments later.
Better.
Sorry, I should explain. When I was vlogging for myself in December, I would do this if I was in the middle of like if I needed to tell myself editing me, like that's a moment I need to cut out or like splice out or something, and I would just look for the hand. Does that make sense?
It really does, but I want you to know that you didn't.
It works.
You didn't explain that to me whatsoever.
I didn't tell
Instead,
you.
you just like silently went.
Talk to the phone. It works, okay?
I am not.
If I'm
I'm
scrolling,
not downing your
Yeah.
process. I do think you should
Thank you.
particularly keep that in, just for me looking very confused.
you did
Just
look
like cut
confused.
after the hand of just. I didn't know if you were going.
Come here.
Just
Bring it in.
Just you want to talk about it? Good. It's fine.
We
We can talk about it.
Why are
Why
we
are
like
we
this?
like this?
This is a weird question that's not related. Is your washer dryer in your kitchen?
Yes.
Why?